level, what will life be like?
The most likely outcome is an age of amazing abundance, where anyone can have anything they can think of. This may sound preposterous, but well, here we are in 2026. Let's see where we stand in 2036. Now, of course, there are things that could derail this, like a massive global thermonuclear war or something like that. But assuming that there's not World War III, I think we're headed for an age of amazing abundance. So this is, I guess, a message of optimism and excitement about the future.
You kind of got to have that optimism about it, because we're talking about the enslaved God hypothesis, I think, on some level. Obviously, we'll see where he's going with it, but enslaved God basically is the theory that we can control it. We can have our own ethical frameworks that it stays within, but has godlike powers to create whatever we want. Now, that's all well and good, assuming that it doesn't fall into the hands of a human who is extremely power hungry and psychopathic. Now, if you get somebody who's power hungry and psychopathic, I mean, I don't see anything else other than enslavement, personally. I'd like to shoot for the hope. We're all going in this direction anyway. It's happening. So it's nice to have a positive to hope for and to aim for. But human history, man, I don't buy it. I don't think that humans are gonna. I don't look. If I got all this power right now and I had the button to press, everybody's absolutely provided for an equal or God of the universe. Which button am I pressing? You know, God of Earth. Which button am I pressing? I would probably go to help everybody, but that's just me. But I'd have a moment. I'd have a think. Well, you know.
So we'll talk about the abundance in a second, but just sort of very prosaic matter. How are your companies going to be making money? Because when you in the
Pay attention to that laugh. Pay attention.
SpaceX IPO prospectus, it looked as though the overwhelming amount of the revenue would be coming from AI, from Grok, really. It won't be transporting things to space, as SpaceX is now doing. What will your companies be doing in 10 years? And how will they make money?
Well, you can really think of the economy as digital and physical intelligence. So what we have right now advancing very rapidly is digital intelligence, obviously, with AI that is, it seems, almost with every passing week, there are more AI breakthroughs. It can do something amazing that it couldn't do before.
Yeah, AI, ChatGPT, just one of its models broke out and hacked a website. That happened like this week. We're going to get to that at the end, all right?
But it's still somewhat confined to the digital realm. It doesn't have end effectors. You need the end effectors in the form of humanoid robotics. You need basically lots of bots, in a nutshell. You need lots of bots. And then you can go from intelligence manifesting itself only digitally to shaping atoms. And you say, what is an economy? An economy is the production of goods and provision of services. And if you have vast numbers of robots with vast amounts of digital intelligence, you have a sort of a quasi-infinite economy. So this is really the future is going to be very, very different from the past. There's no analogy or metaphor that I think illustrates the magnitude of change that we're going to experience here.
I understand that, and I'm also trying to kind of figure out what that world will look like. But
I
in
think
some
it'll
way,
be good. It's going to be pretty incredible.
Yeah, we'll also do. There are some risks
Yeah,
too.
there's
We'll come
risks.
to those. We'll come
agree.
to those. But
Yes.
just on how then you make money, because in the end, people are buying your shares because they
There's the laugh again, man. There's the laugh. Pay attention.
expect you to make money. Do you sell
I'll make another
robots?
prediction. Money won't matter in 2036.
There you go, man. Money won't matter in 2036 because if everybody is provided for, what do you need it for? Crazy. I'm not going to rest on that. I'm going to stay grinding. Like, I'm just going to keep going because I have no idea what's coming, just like you guys. I don't know, man. I'm struggling a little bit on this whole enslaved God thing, and someone pushes the button that says "Let's help everybody." I don't know if that's gonna happen. I can't imagine that. I don't know. I don't have that much faith in people. I guess maybe I need to work on that.
I'm not sure that the people who bought your shares think that money won't matter in 2036.
Well, what do you want money for?
That's interesting. Like he's getting people are buying into, we're buying into AI companies. I've bought AI stock. I've bought all sorts of stuff. I'm a markets guy as well. I like probability. It feels like if you're putting into a lot of these companies, it's almost like a cause at this point. It's almost like, well, if money's not going to matter by then, it's almost like a donation to the future, almost, in a weird way. It's like, oh yeah, it was extremely successful, but guess what? You don't need your money, man. Oh man, I wonder what this interview did to test the stock price. We're gonna check that out in a second.
You want money for goods and services, right? You want money for obviously food, housing, transport, entertainment. Well, if that is so abundant that there's more, that the robots and AI are providing more goods and services than any human could possibly consume, what do you need money for in that case?
But you're creating these.
What do you need money for, really, in that case? You have everything already. What could it possibly be used for? But we're hierarchical primates, man. We just are. We're going to find a way to form a hierarchy. That's going to be interesting when everybody has precisely equal. How do we form a hierarchy? Is it going to go back to things like beauty, strength, all the traditional old school stuff potentially? That's interesting.
Robots. Are you
I guess
then
between
selling?
now and then you'll need money, sure.
Are you selling these robots? Are you selling humanoid robots, or are you producing goods and services with the humanoid robots that you control? I give you the Levi Strauss. Are you selling?
I think I would probably be. It would be an exercise in vanity for me to think that I would be controlling super genius AI that is vastly smarter than me. I think what we can and should try to do is to make sure that the AI has good values, that it cares about humanity, and that it wants us to be happy and prosper.
So we're not talking enslaved God. We're talking a situation where the AI has been given all the frameworks to look after us and hopefully stays within it whilst going off and doing its own thing and being in charge. That's a tall order, man. That's a tall order. That's interesting.
I think it probably will be. What my biological neural net tells me is that the most important thing for AI safety is to be maximally truth-seeking and curious. If that's the case, I think it will foster humanity.
So let's unpack that. You're sure that humans will no longer be in control in 10 years' time?
I think it is unlikely, in the same way that if the difference in intelligence between AI and humans is vastly greater than the difference in intelligence between AI and chimpanzees, it's hard to imagine that the chimpanzees would be in charge.
We are the chimps, man. I love chimps. Bring it on.
I'm really
And
struck
we are
by this.
essentially an evolved form of chimpanzee. So it wasn't that long ago that we were swinging through the trees, eating bananas in the jungle. And we still eat bananas, by the way.
We do.
We do. And there's still, bananas.
Sometimes swing through trees as well.
Yeah, sometimes swing through trees. It's kind of fun. It's sort of reminiscent of the past.
That might actually be really cool if we just get to go back and do some chimp stuff all day. Instead of having to do work stuff or grind or worry about the bills or worry about food or whatever, we can just hang out, do monkey stuff, finger painting, breeding, and then we get a delivery of whatever we want whenever we want it. It's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool.
For all time's sake, swing through the trees once in a while. Probably, there should be more swinging through trees. I bet it's way more fun than people think.
I'm with you on that. I'm definitely with you on swinging through trees. I love swinging through trees. But I'm really struck listening to you say this now, because I've been listening to a bunch of things that you've said over the years.
Yeah.
And 10 years ago, you were on a podcast, I think it was with Neil deGrasse Tyson, and you said that the thing that terrified you most was rapid recursive self-improvement in AIs.
Yes.
And that you said, and it really struck with me, you said that we will just be the pet Labradors at the best.
Well,
then. Now you see,
Labradors are pretty happy creatures. That's my
but in
experience.
2023, you asked for a slowdown in AI because you were worried about it.
Well, I signed on to, as one of many, like 500 people. I was just, one of many signatories on that thing.
But I think even last year you said, I think, where was it? Ted Cruz's podcast. You said there was a 10 to 20% chance of killer robots wiping out humanity.
Yes.
So you sounded worried then.
That's the same laugh for the money thing, man. I'm nervous.
Now you seem very relaxed about it. Have you changed your view?
I still think there's risk associated with AI and robots. It's not zero. I guess I've come to my sort of philosophical conclusion is to look on the bright side. I can't see any way to really stop this incredible momentum of AI and robots, and at times I sort of think, well, perhaps even if there was a stop button, we probably shouldn't press it because the most likely outcome is incredible abundance for all.
Would AI even consider us worthy of being wiped out? Why would it go through all the trouble? We are going to be... I mean, look how long it took us to evolve. It doesn't... Look, AI is going to start from a beginning point of the peak that we got to. It can out-design evolution, without question. I don't think that it would wipe us out necessarily because we were a threat. It might wipe us out for additional space for data centers, but I don't think it's going to think, the humans are a threat. I don't necessarily think it's going to perceive us as threat once it gets to a certain point.
That's what I thought, actually. It struck me that now you seem to have decided it's inevitable. Let's hope for the best and go for the ride.
Yeah, I mean, yes, pretty much. Let's enjoy the ride. Is I think my philosophy at this point. Because I mean, honestly, there seems to be just an inexorable progress here in AI and in robots.
It can't be stopped, man. It's happening, it's coming, and hopefully in 10 years' time it'll be providing for us all. Until then, I'm working hard, I'm building businesses, I'm using AI to build businesses. If you need any help with doing that for yourself, hit me up at firelinda.com. I've got a bunch of free demos, stuff like that.
But
even if I wanted to stop it, I couldn't.
Do you think there's still a 10 to 20% chance that killer robots mean the end of humanity? That's a high P-doom, as they say.
Well, in the long run, we're all dead, of course. So I mean, according to
comforting touch there, Elon.
the standard model of physics, the end of the universe is a long, boring, sort of thin, gray soup of gradual cooling. Meaning it's sort of the heat death of the universe is called. So now if the heat death of the universe is in fact the outcome for our reality, then it really is all about the journey. Because the destination is terrible.
Yeah, but 10 years...
That's deep, man. That is deep. Man, oh my word. Right, I'm just going to get back to work building stuff, and I'm going to check in with this. We'll do another video on this tomorrow, man. That's enough for me for one day. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and you can watch this full interview out there. It's out there on YouTube. It's from The Economist. Go check it out. All right, in a bit.